what a game we have to look forward to on Super Sunday, the first Manchester derby of the season. Ruben Amorim's side picked up 4 points when the two sides met last season, but former midfielder Paul Scholes believes that the Manchester United head coach needs positive results to build confidence in the team.
More hopeful than confident, I think. I like the way he goes about it. I like the way he speaks. Possibly a little bit too honest at times. He's still building, I think. He's brought new players into the club, especially attacking players, which is sometimes difficult to adjust to Premier League. But results need to be better if people are going to have confidence in them. There's no doubt about that. The first 3 games, okay, they won 1, drawn 1, lost 1. Top 8, I think he'd probably take at this point. Is top 8 good enough for Man United? No, probably not. But you just don't see him being any better than that at this point.
Well, Scholes, who was talking ahead of launching a new podcast with former teammate Nicky Butt, scored 7 times in the derby, including a dramatic 93rd minute winner in 2010. He believes that Amorim's biggest decision on Sunday is actually at the other end of the pitch.
I haven't really seen much of the new lad. Obviously, Onana's gone off to Turkey. I think he's gone. So it'd be interesting to see what happens Sunday with the derby, of course. Does the new lad come on, or does he stick with the lad who's played the last few games? I do actually think it'd be tough for a new lad to go into that game at first, but you have to start somewhere. He needs confidence given to him straight away, and he's coming into a team that do concede chances, so it's going to be difficult for him. But again, it's a platform for him to show how good he is.
OK, we're going to get into the goalkeeper chat now because, well, we've got the perfect guest for it. OK, Andre Onana, he's in Turkey. He's been pictured with a shirt as well, finalising his move to Trabzonspor. United right to cut their losses there?
Yeah, probably the right decision, I think, with bringing a new goalkeeper in just now before the end of the window. There wasn't going to be much space for Andre Onana to play football, I think. So I think good for him. A fresh start. Gets him, he's going really as far away as possible from Manchester.
Intentionally.
Yeah, maybe intentionally. I think it's going to be good for him just to kind of focus on his work, focus on his games and get his confidence back, and then reassess the situation next year.
Yeah, you mentioned the new signing, so Senna Lamens, but Altay Bayındır already in the mix as well. Who should be United's number 1? Who do you think it should be?
I mean, I think it will be Lemons going forward, long term for sure. I don't think you invest that sort of money into a goalkeeper and not give him a shirt going forward. What happens this weekend?
Yeah.
That's a big call. I don't know if you put him straight into a game of this magnitude. I think Bayındır, by all accounts, has done all right so far in the first 3 games. A little bit more comfortable with obviously what the manager will want and expect from him, and a little bit more comfortable as well with his teammates and the players in front of him. I think those relationships are very important. So it's a big call for the manager, and I'll be interested to see what happens.
Well, on the flip side, with City, in terms of Gianluigi Donnarumma, I guess we'd be expecting him to start.
You'd expect so, yeah. I think that's exactly the other end, as you rightly say. I think to bring in arguably the best goalkeeper in the world is an incredible
position. Is he the best for you?
He's up there.
Up there with who?
Yeah, I think if you look at Gigi, Thibaut Courtois, Alisson, Oblak, Mike Maignan, so those are some incredible goalkeepers. People can make their own opinions on who's the best, but I've worked with him. I know his mentality. I know he'll be ready to go. I think he'll be excited. I think it's worked out well for him. He's had a couple games with the national team, so he's had a bit of match practice after a long summer, and I think he'll be ready to go. And one I think you would imagine to put straight into the team this weekend.
Yeah. Tell us a bit more about him then, his mentality and what he's like.
Super competitive, super driven.
Show me a footballer who isn't.
Well, yeah, that's good. I mean,
whether it's the paddle court, whether it's strictly, Jimmy, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
But what else?
Really, massive hunger to win. And I think for someone, when I worked with him, as young as he was, I think that was really impressive, obviously. Now well established in the game, and somebody who plays the game at a really high level. I mean, his shot stopping, his command of his area. I think just his presence alone. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Big presence. I think he's going to have a big impact at Man City.
Is he taller than you?
We're about the same.
I had to put heels on today.
Bigger.
6'6" over here.
There you go.
Yeah, he has got that presence, hasn't he? I mean, as do all goalkeepers, though. But in terms of being a fit for Pep's team, do you think that will work out well?
I think it will. Of course, there's going to be a bit of time adjusting to any style of play, any demands from managers we mentioned before in other cases. So I think he's got a bit of learning to do, a bit of information to take on, and that's going to happen over time. But what he has to do is what he does best, and that's protect his goal and be a goalkeeper, make crucial saves for when his team needs it, and give him that presence that way. What happens on the ball in possession, I think that's going to take a bit of time. Again, building those relationships with his teammates, what's expected of him from the manager, it's going to take a bit of time, but I think he'll grasp that and take it in his stride.
In terms of your debut for a club, you know, and a club like Manchester City as well, you know, how does it feel? Like, what's the pressure like when you want to obviously make such a good impact, don't you, on the first game?
Yeah, the spotlight's going to be him. Massive pressure. Man City play every game they play is a big game. Obviously, the expectations to win every game, but he's used to that. Yeah. Having been at AC Milan, having been at PSG, obviously playing for Italy, he's used to big games, big pressure games, big moments, big expectations of him. He's been the sort of golden child in many different ways over the last few years, and all of Italy watching him. So he'll be ready to go. I think he'll be looking forward to this challenge. I think he's picked the Premier League for a reason, wants to experience something else in his career, and I think he's picked a great club to do that. So really looking forward to seeing him play in England, and I think he'll do great. Yeah.
Now, in terms of the clubs, United a point above City in the table, who lost their last two before the international break. So who do you think is under pressure here?
Yeah, I still think it's early. I think when you look at a season, people don't really start to look at a table maybe until about 10 games in. But at the same time, with Man City, where they want to get back to, they can't afford to drop too many points. I think what Liverpool are looking to do this year and the strength of their team, how good Arsenal and Chelsea look, you know, you don't want to fall back behind too far. So I think the pressure's on to get points immediately and get on a run and start competing with those teams once again for that title that they really want. So I think there's pressure on Man City, and I think it's obviously massive pressure for Ruben Amorim because it is arguably the biggest club in the world and they want to get it right. Yes, there's been a lot of change since he's taken over and players going out and coming in, but you know, there is now time to really grab his squad, grab his players, and start producing results.
What do you think is achievable for United this season? We heard Paul Scholes saying that the top 8 is the best that they can hope for. What do you think?
Well, again, this rebuild isn't going to happen overnight, so I think the realistic expectation for them and what they want to do, and maybe that's not where Man United used to be, I think is to get back into Europe. I think that would be a good step.
Do you think they will this season?
I think they can. I think they can. They certainly can. I think the Premier League, I mean, you look at the spending again, the players coming in, the quality of players, it's going to be so competitive, so it's not going to be easy for them. But I think they can get there. I think they can get into a European spot, and I think that would mean progress. And then you build on that and start building over the next couple of years.
And that'll take the pressure off this guy a little bit as
that
well,
would be
won't
nice.
it? OK, now, you won't want to miss this one. Manchester City against Manchester United. It is live on Super Sunday, 4 o'clock. The build-up kicks off in Sky Sports Premier League.